Hi, I'm Jill,
And I'm Amy.
and we're on the children's ministry team here at Group. And we work with churches just like you all across the country on curriculum and VBS. And we're really excited to talk with you about Dig In.
Dig In is our curriculum for children's ministry. The curriculum designed to help teachers create deep Bible experiences in their classroom week after week. And it's also a digital curriculum. If you've never had experience with a digital curriculum before, or perhaps you have had a digital curriculum and it just felt overwhelming or cumbersome, we wanted to take a few moments to debunk some myths about digital curriculum in regards to Dig In. When people think digital curriculum, they might think you have to be tech savvy to use a digital curriculum. And for those who feel like technology is just too complex for their ministry, we'd like to show you how simple lesson building is and demonstrate the advantages of having flexibility to create lessons that are uniquely designed for your classroom. So next slide. To build a lesson, I'd like to break it down into 3 simple steps. Choose a format, drag and drop activities, and then download and print your lesson. So 3 simple steps. Let's jump over to my lesson builder, and I'll show you what this looks like within the Dig In lesson builder. So when you purchase Dig In, this is what your screen looks like week to week as you come in to make your lesson. The first step was to choose a format, and in this case, I've already set up classrooms that enable me to select my format. I have 3 in here. I teach grade 1 and 2, so I've selected a classroom style format that helps me teach to a typical 1st and 2nd grader. I could also choose large group, small group, or 1 room, but I'm going to choose grade 1 and 2. That's choosing my format. Step 2 was to drag and drop activity blocks into my lesson. So again, orienting to what you're seeing on the screen, on the left, I have 11 different activity blocks to choose from that enables me to create a different lesson for each week. On the right is my lesson. Here's lesson 1. God creates us in his image. I have 3 activity blocks already there just to give me a start. There's a warm-up, there's core Bible discovery, and a wrap-up. That's a 30-minute lesson right there. You know, I know my kids love to do games. And this week we're going to be in our classroom, so I'm going to add a low-energy game into my classroom right after core Bible discovery. I use my mouse to drag and drop that into my lesson. I now have a 40-minute lesson. And that'll work for my class time. So that 3rd step is to print my lesson. Within the Dig In lesson builder, over to the right, there's a button that says Publish. When I click Publish, it downloads my lesson, and I'm ready to print it.
Awesome. Amy, that was so easy, and I'm not super tech savvy either, so I just find it really intuitive to do that drag and drop process. So thanks for showing that. We are back into talking about our myths, and the second one that I hear most commonly over the phone is that it's too time-consuming. Digital curriculum can be complex, stressful to modify, and overwhelming. So I'm actually going to go back into that same lesson that Amy just built and modify it. Talk about some changes and some scenarios that might come up for you in ministry. One of the most common ones that you might hear, let's say my 1st grade volunteer just texted me. That's you, Amy. So my 1st grade volunteer just texted me that she's homesick with the flu. I usually have a lower elementary class and an upper elementary class. How will I be able to adapt to the new format? I don't have someone to teach grades 1 and 2. So what we could do, I mean, you see this grades 1 and 2 classroom in there. I'm going to click on 1 room. I'm going to make that modification and do a 1 room format. That way I can teach to a wider age range of children, both grades 1 and 2, and maybe I've got up to grades 3 and 4 or 5 in there too. What you'll notice is that my activity blocks, we've kept the same. It's the same great 40-minute lesson, so there's no extra prep work that I need to do. It is ready to go for me, and I can click that publish button, and that saves it. I can print an email, and I'm ready to go. The second scenario that comes up is my pastor has emailed me and said, hey, I've got a special message for this upcoming Sunday service. Instead of 40 minutes, I know I'm going to go a little bit longer. Why don't you keep the kids for 90 minutes? Yikes. So that could be kind of scary, wondering if I've got to write a bunch of curriculum. But with Dig In, you don't. It's really simple. I'm going to go in. You can see there's 40 minutes right there. But let's go ahead and add in some extra activity blocks. I love doing crafts, so I'm going to click and drag a craft into here. I've got an hour. Definitely want to bring in a music video after the opening so we can get some of those wiggles out. Love to talk about video. So now I'm at an hour and 20 minutes. Let me add one more. How about high energy game? Again, I've got some rambunctious kids in here. I want to make sure that we get them moving. So right there, I'm at an hour and 30 minutes. So you saw how quick and easy that was. Now I've got my 90-minute lesson. Again, I can click publish, and I am set to go in case that situation comes up and you've got a longer lesson to do.
Great, looks easy to modify to me. So myth number 3. Some directors may say, my teachers won't be comfortable with a digital curriculum. And, you know, I can share that both Jill and I talk with directors who are very excited about using Dig In, but they let us know they have some teachers who won't, or quite frankly, they cannot log into the Dig In account, create their lesson and print their lesson. Some teachers do not have a computer at home or access to one at church. So here's the good news. Dig In does not have to be an online lesson builder for all teachers to log into. Often when we talk to these directors, what they will do is they will log in and create and print the lesson for the teacher. They'll simply hand that teacher a printed lesson, or if they want to print them out for the quarter, punch holes in them, put them into a notebook, then that teacher is comfortable working from a traditional printed teacher guide, and they still have great lesson content to work with. So that myth is an easy one to resolve. So in talking of the practicality of how to use Dig In, teachers can interact with Dig in a way that's going to work best for them. Most will build their own lesson, and quite frankly, that's how we designed Dig In. We wanted teachers to have the flexibility to choose the activity blocks that they were feeling like they could teach best with, but also the activity blocks that their kids would respond best to. But if they don't have a computer at home, then directors can print the lesson and email it to the teacher, or print it out and hand out that physical teacher guide to the teacher.
So at this point, I want to invite everyone to go out online. It's digin.group.com. So digin.group.com, and that takes you to our homepage. And I'd love for you to try the demo. You'll see that purple button, try the free demo, and you can get in, choose your format, click and drag your lessons, and save it just like Amy and I showed you.
And then after exploring the demo, if you have decided that Dig In is the right curriculum for your ministry, we'll invite you to buy the program. Just click the button that says Buy Program, and you'll, after just a few setup steps, be able to print your lessons and be ready to go right away. But let us know if you've decided to purchase Dig In. We'd love to send you the Q1 Bible Point posters as a thank you for joining us in the webinar. We'll have you email us. Email us at info@group.com, and please reference the Dig In webinar and include your shipping address. That way we're sure to get those posters off to you. And we want to say thank you for joining us in today's webinar. We hope this has given you confidence to explore Dig In further, and it's our desire and our hope that this would become a curriculum that's a part of your weekly classes.